Welcome back. I am finishing up the Chris craft that I started before the thunderstorms hit. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Obviously, the rain stopped eventually, and I'm back on top of this Chris craft. So, in order to get this going, I'm going to hit it with a little compound, and it should look pretty good. As an example, let me get you the light reflection here. Nice and clean. That didn't take any time at all. And I'm not sure if you were wet sanding how you would get into the little trough next to the teak, but I'm sure there's a way. It just seems like a huge waste of time if you're asking me. But don't take my word for it. Let's take a look at what this gel coat looks like when it doesn't have a reflection. So there it is, shiny. And then we get into the gross, right? So look at this. I mean, it's not just the dust. It's pretty ganked up. Let me show you how quick this goes. Bear with me here. I got Perfected EX8C. I'm just going to slather a little bit down here. Womp, 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 womp. And yes, you have to make the sound effects, otherwise the stuff isn't effective. I think it's right on the label. Yep, there it is. Okay, so I'm going to grab the old buffer, which is French for buffer. And the very first thing I'm going to do is start spreading this out. This is a really weird angle to do it, but it's kind of cool. So I'm just going to spread it out, and then I'm going to try to force it down in that little trough there. There we go, got a little bit down there. Just carry that forward, and I'm going to lock my speed so this isn't annoying. Okay, locked speed. Okay, now once the speed is locked, I'm just going to work, guess what? My edges. I know, redundant, right? Lee, it's all you ever do is your edges. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm going to mix up some more of this compound, cover some more edges, specifically the one up here by the tape. And once that's done, I can give another pass to my little trough down here just to shine that up and make it look pretty. Sorry about the camera work, I'm not a professional. Then, I'm going to find a nice comfortable place to stand. In this case, it's a little bit difficult because I've already done all the deck lines on the boat, but all right, let's see what this looks like. Watch this. First pass. Back and forth, covering as much of this boat as you can with your buffer. Oh, those passes, so many passes. Here's the deal. I hear people say that about this compound. Perfected, heavy cut. I don't mind all the passes. The passes are a nice, slow way for me to figure out what it is I'm doing and what reflection I'm getting after the buffer has passed over that area. Now I'm working with something right now. I got my cord kind of around my foot. So I'm gonna have to move for a second, but let's put another little glossy pass on this. That's starting to look really nice. So I'll just continue down with the rest of the surface of the boat here. And while I was up on an edge for a little bit, and by that I mean the edge of the buffer, not the edge here with the tape, I need to go over that with a nice flat, smooth, round cut by laying it flat right along that top edge. And I can bleed it over into the section I've already worked on. And the whole time, in the areas that you can't see the reflection, I'm just looking for color, detailed reflection of the background, anything that indicates that there's a little shine there. And whether I can see it perfectly from this position or not is kind of irrelevant. As long as I'm going through the motions and I'm starting to see that detail in the background in the area just north of the reflection line that you're seeing right there. So I know that I'm getting close, but I still have a certain thing that I'm looking for in the compound before I'll stop. I'm not necessarily going to tell you what that is, but if you work with this stuff long enough, it does have an indicator that says, hey, you know what? You're just wasting your time and mine, and you can go ahead and stop now. Oh, I'm seeing it. Okay. I don't want you taking my word for it. Let's go ahead and give it the old wipey wipe. See what we got. There you go. And that's going to look even better after it gets waxed. And that line, hopefully, off the reflection there, should follow all the way through the section that I did. Oh, look at that. It does. So whether you're at this angle or looking at it from the water line or the gunnel side, it's going to look right. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll try to make a little bit cleaner video in the next couple hours. We're downstairs. I'm working on the outside toe rail, so you can see the shine or lack thereof here. Yeah, not so bad. I've gotten this section, oh, not in the sun, so you can see that it's got a shine. Wop, wop. All right, so here's how I do this. Edges first, duh. All right, so I'm gonna put my buffer up here. This is just one-handed, so I apologize if this isn't stable and fun, but here we go. I'm just gonna kind of grab this material, drag it across the surface for a little bit. Oh look, it picked up that dirt that I didn't wash off because compound. Anyway, so I'm just going to slowly walk this back. And it's not taking all that much effort. Just making sure to get the top of that edge and the bottom of that edge. And then I'll do a little cut this way to the end of where I put the compound. And then I'll cut it a little bit this way. Now let's see what that looks like. Ooh, it's got a little shine to it. Let's see what it looks like in the sun. If I can catch it. Probably not. Oh, there we go. Okay. So see, there's a little shine. Now once that edge is done, I'll work on this top edge here. And this is going to probably require me to... Oh, you know what? I can do this. I'll just set the old girl down for a second. Oh, dangerous. And then... I've left my tape here to remind me where I need to start. And I'll just put a little squiggle right up here. Whop! And then that will be there to remind me. Actually, it's not. Okay, let's try this again. Alright, same basic thing. Grabbing this material, just kind of working it back and forth. Just a little pass all the way back one way, and then I'll do it the other. Sorry for the noise. It's not easy one-handed. And we've got a start to a shine on that. Can't show it, sorry. You're just gonna have to trust me. Anyway, now I'm gonna work in the middles, and for that I kind of do need two hands, so I apologize. I'm gonna turn you off for a second. And this is the result after the wax has been applied. And you can look at this little line. I haven't wiped this off. This has been buffed off, but I haven't wiped it off. So you can look at that line, and then here's where we start to lose it, because I haven't touched it. Whoop. All right, so let's go back here. I'm just walking forward, just letting you see that it has a uniform finish all the way through. Okay, so now if you want to, you can wash this off, or you can wipe it down. It really doesn't matter. I'd rather leave the oils on the boat just to let them soak in for a little bit. Seems like she's a thirsty girl and she might need a little bit. So anyway, that's all it is, guys. It's the same stuff, whether it's a big flat section or a little teeny section. It's just edges first, then your middles. Cool. We already got the top side, or at least the left side of the teak there. So I've carried that forward now that I'm on the side of the boat. And you see these lines, how they kind of go up and down the boat? Like they were made to. Let's look down here. Sorry, that was me sneezing. And that line travels all the way up and continues forward. Not that I'm going to stretch that far. So, all I have to do now is finish waxing this and continue on. So the next section is this emblem on back, and pretty soon I'll be almost done with this side. Now I'll work on the other side. No big deal. Put the snaps back in, that'll look pretty good. And I agree, you're only seeing it from down here, but it's going to look pretty good. The top side took me about 6 hours all the way around. The hull's going to probably take another 6 hours. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. Cheers.